Welcome to episode 7, everybody. This week, let's jump right in and start with Geralt. If you recall from episode 6, Geralt was given some warning about the approaching Nilfgaardian army and a reminder about his destiny with Princess Cirilla, or Ciri. Sure enough, as Geralt moves to investigate the situation, he runs smack into the entire Nilfgaardian army moving towards Cintra. Concerned about the safety of the princess during the upcoming battle, Geralt tries to make a deal with Queen Calanthe.
But if you have any doubt in your mind that she's safe here, I will take her, protect her, and bring her back unharmed, I promise you that.
Since the death of her daughter Pavetta, Princess Cirilla is now the only living heir that Queen Calanthe has. We know how important her legacy is to the queen, so it's not surprising that she is simply not agreeable to the Witcher's bargain.
I'm asking you now. Do not do this.
Knowing what's coming, Geralt begins to push the issue, and things take an unfortunate turn.
I need your promise you won't come back.
You know I can't do that.
Geralt is locked up, but he manages to escape in the exact fashion you would imagine. Eventually, the queen realizes Geralt is her only option. Unfortunately, it's too little too late. The Witcher has already escaped his cell, and the Nilfgaardians are in the process of breaching the final defenses. So, as Princess Cirilla goes out one door, Geralt goes out another, and this essentially set the stage for what has been the entire first season. So, let's move on to Yennefer. Unfortunately, her story just isn't getting any brighter. You may recall at the end of episode 6, Yennefer was told that she would likely never get her womb back. She was also informed that her feelings for Geralt may be the result of a wish from the Djinn and not her own genuine emotions. Reeling from all of this, and essentially estranged from everyone she knows, Yennefer returned to Istredd, the one person she knows loved her for who she was, not what she became. Sadly, Istredd has already moved on with his life and has no interest in reopening old wounds.
You went after the thing you loved. I'm sorry you chose power.
Yennefer now is basically just adrift, and it's at this point that an intriguing stranger takes the opportunity to make his introduction.
His loss.
Piss off.
Well, I would. But we don't have much time.
Who the fuck are you?
Ironically, that's the same reception I get when I introduce myself to lonely milfs at the bar, but that's neither here nor there. Vilgefortz goes on to explain that there is a crisis at Aretuza, and they could use Yennefer's help.
The chapter thinks you're rash, unpredictable, and dangerous. But right now, that's exactly what Tissain and I need. Let's talk.
About what?
Nilfgaard. Their army's camped near Cintra, and we think they're going to attack.
The emergency at the Mages College at Winterhold, otherwise known as Aretuza, is the impending Nilfgaardian invasion of Cintra, specifically whether or not they should intervene to stop the Nilfgaardian forces. One faction arguing that Cintra has refused advisors from the Academy for decades, so why should the Academy help them now?
Cintra, they've rejected our mages for decades, so let's grant them their wish.
The other faction points out that the invasion of Cintra could simply be a stepping stone for the conquest of the entire continent, tearing down everything the Academy has built.
It's not just about Cintra. Nilfgaard won't be satisfied until they have the whole continent.
A vote is called, and a large majority of the mages decide they should stay out of the conflict. And of course, we all know how that turned out. And finally, we get to Ciri. As you probably recall, at the end of episode 6, Ciri escaped the clutches of the doppelganger, but also had a falling out with her traveling companion, Dara. Ciri's traveling the road alone now, but it's very clear that her exposure to the real world has shattered the illusions of her previously sheltered existence and hardened her character. Understanding the stakes of the game she's involuntarily playing, Ciri is willing to steal, has become much less trusting of strangers, and is willing to betray the trust of people who may be trying to help her.
How about this? Come with me. I've got one more thing to buy,
And then we'll make room on Clip and Clop.
But we're safer when we stick together.
Although being this guarded is wise, it also likely guarantees that she's going to remain alone, and that catches up with her sooner rather than later. Fortunately, Ciri had elder powers, which got her out of trouble this time. Well, that's it for episode 7. Just one more to go. I will see you after episode 8.